passed it into the net beyond Kraft after he rounded to Bradford on his right-hand side. There was a gap between Kraft and Guimaraes, which Keita found and has put Liverpool in front. And they often find a way through. Incident is getting shown here. Now, does Milner get any of the ball? He does get to it first, as well as afterwards catching Fabian Shea. You have to say that is a good decision to let the goal stand. Eddie Howe was in conversation with the fourth official, Andy Madley. He was not satisfied with what he saw. The original decision has stood, and Mike Dean, who's on VAR, hasn't felt the need to tell Andre Mariner, you may need to change your original decision. As Liverpool, after 20 minutes, have taken the lead with Naby Keita grabbing himself a goal. Ghanaian, who has managed to get his 4th goal of the season and his 3rd in the Premier League. Had been a decent start by Newcastle in this game. Liverpool had, prior to that, not had a real clear opening in this game. Before Keita managed to round Dubravka and then put it in to the back of the net by the finishing touches. Sherrish just going off now, wobbling off. Eddie Howe has been full of praise for the Swiss defender. Eddie Howe did say he is my kind of defender, has composure, can defend and can play a pass. The ink is still drying after he freshly penned a new 2-year contract. So we are back underway, a couple of minutes after Naby Keita scored. So it is Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. Newcastle get the game back underway. As Willock's pass back to Joelinton is bounced off Joe Gomez for a Newcastle United throw-in. That target is going to take it. And from Aston Villa, throws it to Joelinton on that same side. Felt he was being pulled on there. So Maximan gets it in the box and target. He picked out a gap. Here's John Joe Shelvey. Cher, who's back on and is okay, plays a forward ball which bounced out of the box, and then Alisson can go up to the right side out of his area, bring it back in, and then just keep the ball at his feet. Henderson, away from Guimaraes. Liverpool were to win it, be 14 games unbeaten. Their last defeat was in the back end of 2021 in the league versus Leicester City. Mane trying to feed it through to Diogo Jota, slide him in, but defended well by Newcastle. Down goes Joelinton, free kick given. Gomez was all over the big Brazilian number 7. Will be a free kick that goes Newcastle's way. It was played to Joelinton. Gomez is pulling on it even before the ball has even got close to that particular side of the pitch and between those two players. Be a free kick for Newcastle United. Fabian Schär is going to take this, as we so often see Liverpool have such a huge high line. It's going to be difficult for Newcastle players to keep concentrated and stay on side. Dan Burns made the forward run, as did Joe Willock, but it's one that has gone all the way through to Alisson, who rolls it out quickly away to his right. Keita to Diaz, good tackle by Target. It's Guimaraes now. Brazilian maestro in midfield for Newcastle United. Added that much needed magic in the midfield. 24 minutes gone. If you are just tuning in, Naby Keita's 4th goal in all competitions this season for Liverpool to put them in front in the North East. And as it stands, they're going 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Albeit though for a few hours potentially, with Manchester City playing later on at 5:30 against Leeds United. Here's Keita, fouled by Joelinton, clear free kick. No complaints about that. He has been involved in a couple fouls, whether it's been against him, or whether he's committed them himself with Joel Linton this afternoon. Quite clearly took the feet of Naby Keita. Well, Newcastle early on in this game were really pushing right up to the Liverpool defence, trying to make life uncomfortable when they had possession and around their own defence, but it has just tailed off a little bit. We try and bring that back. James Milner's actually slotting in at left back at the moment for the time being, as Andy Robertson is pushed right up, away by Dan Burn, gets up above Jota. Mane on the second ball to Jota. Now Keita, the Liverpool goal scorer, with his left foot plays it out to the right to Diaz. Taken on target, goes on the outside of him, away from the challenge, cuts it back looking for Keita. Shelvey's there though, and then plays it out of the box to Joel Linton. He did maybe the fear was going to strike. There was going to be another goal on the way for Liverpool there, as Maximan is forced into a foul on Joe Gomez. Well, it came to Diaz from Keita's pass. He took on target, he touches Diaz, it looked like, and just seeing the replay, doesn't quite touch him. Diaz loses his own footing himself rather than losing it via a touch from Matt Targett. As Mariner wasn't able to give a penalty lead, the intervention of VAR. Van Dijk will send it up the pitch towards Diaz. Targett beats him in the air, and Willock's pass has gone off to Keita. Liverpool are unbeaten in their last 10 matches at Changes Park, all under Jurgen Klopp. The first ever time he came to this part of the world and this stadium as Liverpool manager, he lost when Steve McLaren was the coach. Newcastle recorded a 2-0 win. It was probably one of the highest points of that season, where of course it was the last time they were relegated. Won't be happening this season though. Newcastle fans were fearing the worst. It was going to be a third relegation potentially in 13 years, but won't prove to be the case this season. Maximan about 20 yards out, goes for it, but he's dragged his shot wide as he's fallen to ground. Shelvey with an outside of the foot pass with a lot of pace on it, not a curl. It was Matip's header, went straight to Maximan. He just occupied himself a position there, hoping that it would be a miscued header or a ball that would go straight to him. Was the case, but his shot was rather disappointing one by his own admission. There's Guimaraes on this right-hand side. Going to have to go it alone here for Newcastle. Forces a challenge out of Milner and gets a free kick. Maybe didn't need to go to ground there, did James Milner, former Magpie himself. He got away from Mane, did Guimaraes. Good play to just get the free kick in the first place from a seemingly sort of possible position. It's going to be a free kick on the right-hand side. John Joe Shelvey taking this. He's just sort of putting the ball in front of him and tightening up his right boot. Sort of turquoisey colour boots. Looks like he's going to be taking this. There's another player over it as well, which is Matt Targett. So it'll be the left footer of Targett or Shelvey, the right footer, to take it. Two on the edge of the box for Newcastle, in by Shelvey. Probably wishes he could have another attempt at taking that free kick, because he's headed away and not beaten the first man inside the Liverpool penalty area. Keita for Liverpool now in possession. Here's Andy Robertson back at left back. Now Matip to Alisson. Plays it forward down the middle, looking for Mane. Misses him and Emil Kraft. Keita gets it back from Mane. Keita away from Burn. Couldn't play that ball through to Mane's Newcastle clear. Maximan has kept it in play. Willock and Almiron are the two forward runners, but the flag is raised again against Maximan. He was coming back actually from an offside position. It was raised quite late. So Andre Mariner stuck his right hand into the air. Signaling for offside. 30 minutes almost on the clock on a beautiful afternoon in the northeast. The final game of April for both these sides. Of course, after today, both sides will be heading into the last month of the season. Liverpool still fighting for 3 trophies this month. Of course, Newcastle, as we know, it's been a long old wait for them to get success and get silverware, but that's something in the long term they're going to want under these new Saudi owners. They've pretty much sort of re-energised the club as well as what has happened on the playing side of things. Gomez's pass was short to Diaz, target the side and tackle, it's a good one. Joel Linton carries on, and Andre Mariner agrees with the challenge made by Target on Luis Diaz. Share to Guimaraes. Get away from Milner, who's pestering him and not allowing him any comfort in the middle. Gives it to Perth, to Bravka. And Fabian Share. Looks up. Robertson gets his foot in, and it is out for a Newcastle throw. Which is taken towards Joel Linton. Did that strike his arm? It did look like it might have struck his thigh first. I should say, as Andre Mariner has let that one go and waved it off. It's given away by Target. In up for Joel Linton. Matip with a short pass to Keita. Jota. Now to Luis Diaz. Keita again. Diaz again. This Liverpool side, they don't tend to just celebrate their victories, do they? They would have probably beaten Villarreal, had a night to sleep on it, and then they would have got back to business on the training ground to prepare for this. Here's Diaz now inside the Newcastle box, just forced to come out of it via Target on this right-hand side. Now Joe Gomez with time to look up and put a cross in, does. Away by Kraft, out to the edge of the box there with Diaz. And his right foot plays it to his left and finds Milner. He then looks far right to Gomez, touches it on his right foot, low ball in. Dan Burn has to put it out for a corner kick. Just lunged in with Dan Burn, and his long legs and long frame was there to stop the cross, finding a Liverpool shirt in there. So it will be a corner once again, right in front of the Liverpool supporters. Way up at St James's Park. We'll get a whole view of that pitch. The players will seem a lot smaller from up there, whereas of course some areas of the ground there's a close-up angle of the players. Ball in by Robertson, Fizz right in, Shelby away in the middle of his own penalty area, away out to the edge of the box. Milner back in, out again by the Newcastle defence. Liverpool still in possession in the Newcastle half. Henderson on the left-hand side to Keita. Now Mane, about 25 yards out. Short to his right to James Milner. Diaz ahead of him. Sides against Houston, turned to his right, but then has to play it back to Gomez, who will then go and find Naby Keita. We'll have an chance at the ball all the way back to Alisson. Whereas Joe Gomez didn't do that, Naby Keita has done so. Here is now Gomez, 33 minutes gone. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. Naby Keita's goal, 20 minutes into the contest, has put the Reds in front at St James's Park. Place where Newcastle have absolutely loved playing at the moment. Guimaraes has won the free kick, fouled. According to the referee, Andre Mariner is in the centre circle in the Liverpool half. Sort of centre circle where of course it is a sort of split 50-50. Cher will take this free kick, goes towards the edge of the box, Burns up there for it, useful to have for flick-ons. Now Newcastle have slightly overcommitted. Diaz could go to Shota, could go Mane, has gone Mane to his left, hits with his right foot, but it's straight into Bravka. Quick as a flash, Liverpool broke inside the Newcastle box. Sadio Mane's finish was not the best finish he's ever attempted, and it's one that's straight at Martin Dubravka. Yeah, it was literally 3v3 in the final area, wasn't it? Nobody on Newcastle's right-hand side was defending. They didn't get out far enough. It's gone to Mane, and Jurgen Klopp just sort of pushing his hat up against his sort of head, isn't he? And knows how big a chance that is, and could be made to rue it. He would have fancied Sadio Mane to score. He scored a big goal, didn't he, on Wednesday in that Champions League semi-final. First leg, set up by Diaz, and Senegalese forward who's, again, having a good scoring season. Couldn't add to his tally on the 21-22 campaign. Henderson out towards Robertson. Little header inside to Diaz, who's now playing on this left-hand side for now. Front three just at times can just move around and just play in the different positions all across pitch, whether it's right down the middle or left. Milner to Jordan Henderson. To the left now with Diaz. Back to James Milner. Here's Henderson. Last 10 minutes of the first half. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. And a half where Liverpool have been good control of it. Van Dijk over to Gomez. It's a lovely pass out to him. Target goes in with a tackle. Good, successful one. The Newcastle left back, who's faced a lot of Joe Gomez and Luis Diaz so far in this game. Done well enough. Did well there. Throw-in goes Liverpool's way. Going back to Diaz. Henderson. Van Dijk. Milner. Van Dijk once more. Henderson. And with Diaz. Couldn't get that first touch right, but is able to regain his composure and flick it away from Joe Willock. Milner. Since that goal, Liverpool have just been even more assertive of the game and in total control. Mane was blocked off by Bruno Guimaraes there. Got into the side of him there. It was maybe too big in contact to not give it a free kick from the Mariners' point of view. So it's a Liverpool free kick, about 30 yards out. Gordon Martin Dubravka gets the basics right, gets his wall to how he wants and covers his near post, potentially. Thiago and Musala are warming up. Their Liverpool training shirt, the bright yellow bib on, of course, emphasising the subs. Jordan Henderson's near this, Robertson near this, Milner near this. Liverpool, Newcastle have essentially got the tallest players in the wall. Four of them there: Joelinton, Byrne, Guimaraes and Shelvey. Almiron's just trying to tag onto the wall. It's going to be Henderson to take it high over the wall, and it's too high because it's gone over the crossbar. Well, you know he's going to be beating the wall there, but he's tried to go around it and he's not got enough curl on it, and has just sort of clipped the top of the stanchion that of course holds up the goal net and gone into the Leeds' end behind the goal. Alexander-Arnold looks on at that free kick, has a bit of a spar with Kevin Kelleher and probably says, I could have done better there. Put it past him if he was on the pitch. Guimaraes through to Almiron, onside. What a chance for the Paraguayan. He's round Eddie Allison and he's made it 1-1. But the flag is raised. You did just maybe think it was going to go up from Simon Long, who's turned out to be the party pooper and has denied Newcastle an equaliser. Guimaraes plays it through to Almiron. Yeah, he is offside. Him and Maximan were offside. But Almiron, you think he's fluffed it. Allison gets his hand trick. It does come to Almiron, then is able to stick it away. But yeah, he is clearly offside. As soon as he turned around, he knew that flag was up, wasn't it? It just stared right at him. But it was a ball through from Guimaraes, who is in the team to do that. Play those balls through, isn't he? And just sort of spot the runs ahead of him and did so as Almiron couldn't put it away. Milner is refusing to give the ball back as Newcastle have got a throw inside their own half on their left-hand side. Taken by Target. Guimaraes. It's a push from Keita, goes down, gets the free kick. 6 minutes to go of the first half. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool, as pretty much they have been in the majority of games this season, in good control. They never tend to settle on what they've got. They do look to try and just get that cushion ahead, and they're trying to do so again, but Newcastle just trying to get back into the game. They did have the ball in the next moment to go with Almiron. It was flagged offside. Liverpool have scored already with Naby Keita, his 4th goal. He scored this afternoon. It's 4th of the campaign. It's 3rd in the Premier League. Here's Van Dijk shaking off 2 Newcastle players as Liverpool goes short out from the back. Robertson's ball forward down the middle. Looking for Diogo Jota. Dan Burn with the easiest of headers. That is his meat and drink. Gets it out for a throw on the left-hand side. Robertson takes back for James Milner. Van Dijk. High, looking for Diaz. They have targeted Matt Target quite a bit so far. Diaz and Target contesting that ball fairly evenly in terms of sort of no foul in there. Henderson with the ball in. Jota attacks it and forces a reaction save. Alamani Dubravka had to tip it over the crossbar and behind him and did just that. Henderson with a lovely ball in right into the middle of the box. Diogo Jota, who for a small guy is brilliant in the air. His aerial ability is second to none. Got it on target, just couldn't quite get it away from Dubravka, but it's forced. A big save out of the Newcastle goalkeeper. That's the second save he's had to make this afternoon. He denied Sadio Mane earlier in the game and now denies Diogo Jota from making it 2-0. Robertson puts it into the middle, away by Burn out to Milner. On the edge of the box, he'll strike it. And he's off target. Well, there was a great deal of worry for Newcastle there where Milner takes that first touch off his chest, then lets it drop, sets himself up to shoot, but he was off target with it as the shot hit low and wide and hit the advertising boards. As Liverpool look to go in at the break, not just 1 goal up, but 2 goals up. As that attempt goes past the post. And of course, it doesn't get any easier for Newcastle after this. Manchester City, their next opponents, of course, at the Etihad Stadium. They do face the 2 title challengers in their Premier League games. Of course, today is Liverpool, who were second before this. Joelinton and Jota having a bit of a disagreement. And that's just forced a bit of a melee. Quite a few players going over there. Scott Ledger, the assistant ref on the right hand side, to come onto the pitch. Andre Mariner's got a yellow card in his left hand. He is just trying to pull players away. Joelinton, no doubt, is going to be shown a yellow card here, I expect. Jota's also shown one himself, and Andre Mariner has done just that as well for Joelinton. Both players in the book. And something happened. Joelinton was climbing all over Luis Diaz. Jota was not happy about the way Joelinton was trying to go about trying to win the ball off. And he has it. Gave him a little shove in his chest. Joelinton, of course, stood up to him. They stood face to face. Considerable height difference in there. And both of them rightly shown a yellow card. Of course, as well, there was nothing missed in there. There was no sort of headbutt or hand in the face. Keita gets away from Shelby despite Shelby's sliding challenge. Jota, made by Dan Burn, who was able to clear it away with Jota basically staring right at him. Robertson's touch on the left-hand side to heavy one. Almiron boots it into the Jackie Milburn stand. It's gone out for a Liverpool throw-in. As the ball is not quite back on the pitch yet, there's a reluctance to give it back. Eventually one ball is dropped on the side off the pitch, left-hand side in particular. Robertson will take, sort of turning the ball and twisting it in his hands at the moment. And towards Jota. Finds Milner in a little gap. From the left comes into the middle. Cross goes in. Delivery was a poor one from James Milner as that ball has gone out for a goal kick. Well, he was involved for the first goal, wasn't he? Was James Milner. That tackle on Fabian Schär saw the ball go to Jota, who was then able to play it through to Naby Keita. He went past Dubravka, and then there was two players on the line who couldn't stop him scoring. Found the gap between the two. Newcastle players did. Naby Keita, and he is at the moment the difference as Liverpool lead by 1-0 on a sunny, beautiful day in Newcastle. Dubravka on the edge of his own box, receiving it from a Liverpool clearance inside their own half. 2 additional minutes at the end of the first half. Maybe you would have thought it was maybe a minute more, given of course there was a bit of a time delay after Liverpool had scored. Newcastle were pleading the case that it was a foul on Cher, where the replay showed Milner just get the ball first before afterwards he catches Fabian Cher, the Swiss defender. Willock on the left-hand side, quiet so far, the former Arsenal man. Guimaraes, now Shelvey, captain in the side today. We know about his passing range. Curls it all the way through to Joe Willock, who's made a forward run. Has to just slightly bend his run. He has to go to the left-hand side. Sot Maximan, Guimaraes, on the edge to Almiron. Looking to try and poke through the gap. Matip felt it went down too easily, so did Andre Mariner. Liverpool clear it away. Nearly past the first 60 seconds of 2 additional minutes added on. Andre Mariner is shaking his head. Almiron took a touch with his left foot, then tries to chip it through the gap between Jota and Matip. Did go down a bit too cheaply, did Almiron. Kick has gone to Willock. Closed down by Keita, and then it's a forced pass, you'd have to say, by Willock, which just ran all the way through to the goalkeeper, Alisson Becker. He's just keeping the ball at his feet. For the time being. He's just bouncing the ball on the floor as Liverpool just a few seconds away from going into the break here at St James's Park. 1 goal up. Crafton's going to take this throw in for Newcastle. Throws it towards Maximan over his head. Joel Linton's also going for it. Left one in on Joe Gomez in terms of a little barge. As the 2 minutes are up now. Andre Mariner will blow his half-time whistle. Well, Liverpool, as we know, so professional and don't ever look back. They always look forward. They are looking forward and looking upwards as it stands towards the top of the Premier League table. Naby Keita's 4th goal of the season has given Liverpool the lead here in the North East. It was in rather controversial circumstances after Fabian Cher was dispossessed. James Milner's good sliding tackle, which saw the ball go to Henderson. He then played it to Jota, who then was able to play it to Keita. He went past Dubravka and then found the gap between 2 Newcastle players and the 6 Liverpool. Liverpool in front. They've been in good control, have the title chasers here in the North East. And